Hey guys, Dylan here, and today we're going to be talking about Ian Flynn. So, let's get into this. For those of you guys who have been watching my channel for years now, you already know how I feel about Ian Flynn, or at least how I felt. But for those of you guys who haven't been watching this channel for too long, let me give you a little brief summary. So, Ian Flynn was the guy who was writing for Archie when it went under, and I partially blamed a lot of Archie's failures on Ian Flynn because I didn't like the direction he took the characters, I didn't like the reboot, I didn't like how many characters he killed, I didn't like how he treated the source material, and I didn't like that he tried to make it more like the games. And my opinions are still unchanged on that. I really don't like his run on Archie. But let's talk about his other stuff and how I feel about it. Ian Flynn, after Archie went under, started writing for IDW. And for his initial IDW run, I didn't really like it too much, but I feel like that was mainly less because of him and now more because of it was setting up the universe. I think that there should be a time period where a narrative is allowed to be built before you start really being critical about it. And I feel like I didn't give IDW that chance because with now like 3 to 4 years of IDW, I think it might be even going on 5 now. God, we're old. IDW has really turned the Sonic comic around. I actually really like this comic, and just like how the Archie comic evolved, this comic evolved. This comic has a lot of its own original storylines, a lot of its own original characters, and so many new concepts that are borrowed from the games and evolved upon. I really like this comic, and Ian Flynn is a big reason why I like a lot of this comic. He introduced a lot of these characters, he helped create a lot of these plot lines, and I really do have to thank him for giving me another good Sonic continuity to read. But Ian Flynn wasn't just working on the comics, he started working on the games, and a lot of people were very skeptical of that. But honestly, I think that his writing's okay in the games. I think that Frontiers is actually a good game with really good story, and I hear that he overlooked some of the new stuff in the classic Sonic games too, which no complaints there. So I really don't have an issue with his modern work. I think that Ian Flynn is working really well with other people. Maybe it was just him being the head position of something that made him rub me the wrong way, but I am willing to admit that I was wrong when it came to my extreme criticism of Ian Flynn. And mostly, and this is where the video is going to get serious, I am deeply sorry for how many people I hosted on this channel that were extremely volatile towards Ian Flynn. Me personally, I never really let my own opinions go to such an extreme to where I would damn Ian Flynn or try to crucify him, but I did host people on my channel that wanted that. I hosted 2 individuals, which I'm not going to name names, but they are going to make themselves vocal after they see this video, and these people legitimately hate Ian Flynn. These people are probably never going to change that stance, and from the last time I saw, they're still holding that stance. And personally, I feel like I made a mistake hosting their content on my channel, platforming them. Me personally, I liked to hear other opinions, and I like to see other point of views. And I felt like that giving people the room for discussion was healthy, even if that discussion was extremely toxic. But now I see that this platform was so much bigger back then, and it could have caused, and probably did cause, actual irreversible damage to Ian Flynn's reputation. And for that, I'm deeply sorry. I'm sorry that I hosted that type of content. I'm sorry that I supported these types of people. I really feel bad for what I did back then, and I really hope that I can make up for it in the future. Just know my opinions on Ian Flynn has deeply changed, and I think that he is both a good person and a good writer. I feel like I didn't give him enough time with IDW to really make his mark on it, and yeah, he may have had a bad Archie run, but no one's perfect, and I feel like I shouldn't treat him like he's perfect just because he works on Sonic. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this discussion. I know a lot of you won't like this discussion. If you guys did like this discussion though, hit the like button, share this video around, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and yet again, I hope that we can all move on from the Ian Flynn hate.